I wanted to shoot a hog out at the gravel pit. I've been in the asphalt business all my life. We had gravel pits. I have a gravel pit, got 6,000 acres, a lot of hogs. I said, where can I get a 95? I want to shoot a hog. Well, there's this fella, Cassab. Called him. I called Cassab, the man that wrote the book. He says, well, I happen to have 70 of them. I said, well, shoot. I went down there and I bought his collection, the best of them, and that was the nucleus. I went looking for a hog gun, and now I bought this. Now I'm in the gun show business.
It's JimJ 1911. I am here at the NRAAM 2023, and I found a really cool display that I want you all to see, because this is not something that people get to see every day. And I know a lot of you have an appreciation for the older guns that I do on this channel, but guess what? I haven't gotten to do any of these specifically. So I am here at the display for the Winchester model 1895, and I'm with my new friend Bryan from Louisiana. And Bryan has this amazingly impressive collection that we're going to share with you today. So make sure you stick with us from start to finish, because you're not going to want to miss any of this. It's all authentic and beautiful and just something you're not going to get to see a lot of. So first of all, Bryan, thank you for sharing your time with us. What would you like to start by showing us? We'll
start left to right. I applied for silver medals for 5 of these weapons because of their historical significance. The first one would be this Buffalo Bill presentation rifle that he presented to his partner in the Irma Hotel in Cody, Wyoming, the later to become Senator Frederick W. Kavanaugh. He was Buffalo Bill's partner. He was a senator. He was a sheriff. He was the mayor of Saratoga, New York. He was president of the Republican National Committee, and he was Buffalo Bill's partner. So this is factory inscribed to Frederick W. Kavanaugh from Buffalo Bill. So that was the first gun that we applied for a silver medal.
That is so cool.
This is original 1898 calendar. Some people are big into paper. Everything is authentic on this whole display. Here's some bullets and bullet molds. This is a first model Winchester 1895. They call them flat sides. The first 5,000 produced were called flat sides. They were often in 3872 and 4072 black powder. If you'll notice, it's a flat side. This is no serial number. It's pre-serial number 1. It was a prototype, and it also has the experimental removable clip bottom, which there's only 2 in the world built like this one and the second model prototype further down the way. I don't think we applied for that one's not historically significant, but it's collector-wise, it's very significant. Okay. Here's a rifle, the second one that we applied for a silver medal. It was it was presented to Major Henry Smith, and he was he was the founder of the Society of Veterans of Indian Affairs. So he's a famous dude. That's his gun, makes a gun famous. This right here, there is a case-hardened first model. There were 5 guns, case-hardened weapons built according to the factory. The only one known to exist is this one. Only one in the world, case-hardened Winchester 1895, and this is a first model.
Wow.
So that's significant.
That's cool.
Here's the 4th gun that we applied for a silver medal, and it has provenance going back about 80 years. You can see that it's dripping with gold. It was in the famous Jonathan Peck collection, among other people's famous collections, pictured in tons of books. Everybody knows about this gun. It's called the Magnificent 7. So that's a high relief, high art, gold, dripping with gold gun.
Okay.
This is even more significant. This received its own award in Las Vegas, a special award. This is the standard by which every Winchester 1895 was ever built, all 425,000 of them. They would make a few guns, then they would come back and check the gauge to see if they're making them the right size and shape. This is the standard for all 1895s. This comes from the factory. It's called the gauge gun. Every piece is broken down and listed. We have handwritten tags from the man that ran the shop. It's very important because it's the fundamental basic truth of all 1895s.
Wow. All right, so we're gonna pause right here because we're gonna have to reset our camera to get the second half of this display. I'm telling you, this display is just huge. So we're gonna reset and we're gonna move down a little bit. Okay, so what is next, Bryan?
We have a lady here, Miss Osa Johnson. She was a famous big game hunter. She used a Winchester 1895. Unfortunately, we don't have her weapon. We have a picture of her. We have a number of very rare second models. We have deluxe model saddle ring carbines. We have special order short rifles. We have all kind of special order. This one is in 303 British, so these are high condition, rare in that they would have the deluxe carving, the deluxe finish, the deluxe wood, but they're functional everyday weapons. There just wasn't that many made. A lot of people, the way they would come into existence, they'd be special ordered by somebody, and sometimes they were ordered from special people. Sometimes they were engraved by famous engravers like Ulrich, the famous engraver. He engraved this weapon here, and so forth and so on. We get points for having accoutrements in this competition. So we have oil cans, gun grease, a marbles sight with the instructions that come with the marble sight, the ammo belt. All those things get us points. So we like to have nice accoutrements that go along with everything.
Yeah.
And here is our experimental second model prototype, no serial number, has the little experimental drop-down magazine cover, only one in the world. So that's very special. We have the first model and we have the second model. Here we have some bayonets. The rarest thing in this box is the Russian model short bayonet, which was made but never issued. As you'll see, Vlad over here, he has a long bayonet. You always see people with a long bayonet. Well, in this box is an example of the Russian short bayonet. I think there's a couple of those known, and I don't know. This multi-tool, this goofy multi-tool here, that's the only one known. A multi-tool. Wow. I guess they threw them away or they lost them. I don't know what the deal is, but big deal. Oh, you got a multi-tool? God, I've only heard about a multi-tool. I said, you know, what can I say?
Guess what? Yeah.
Here we are.
Special.
But anyway, so
wow.
all this is original papers, patent drawings, people who worked on the development of the weapon. We're, by the way, representing the Winchester Arms Collectors Association. Here's some Russians receiving their 1895s during World War I. It's interesting to note that 425,000 of these weapons were made. 70% or 300,000 of them went to Russia to fight World War I. So only 125 made it into the free world, so to speak. And then these rifles were imported en masse to fight the Spanish Civil War in 1936. So these weapons were key players in Russia's war in World War I and the Spanish Civil War. So that's where they were. I guess you'd say they were militarily issued. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's an interesting thing to know.
Wow. That's
why the significance of the Russian World War I Russian uniform, which I have a reproduction version of it on. Vlad over here is out of a uniform museum, and every stitch on that little booger is authentic World War I issue, except for his boots that we had to drill a hole through his foot to hold him up. So he has repop boots with a hole, but the rest of it, his little lunch bucket, his bread basket, his backpack, his hoodie that he puts on, everything is perfect. So
wow.
I had a big uniform guy, Mr. Sheehan, who wrote the book on these uniforms. He was kind enough to give me that thing, or sell me that thing.
Now, can you tell me how you got into all of this?
I wanted to shoot a hog out at the gravel pit. I've been in the asphalt business all my life. We had gravel pits. I have a gravel pit. Got 6,000 acres, a lot of hogs. I said, where can I get a 95? I want to shoot a hog. Well, there's this fella, Cassab. I called Cassab, the man that wrote the book. He says, well, I happen to have 70 of them. I said, well, shoot. I went down there and I bought his collection, the best of them, and that was the nucleus. I went looking for a hog gun, and now I bought this. Now I'm in the gun show business. This just blossomed. I got hooked up with Powder River Trading, the goals of Jennifer and I can't even think of his name. Gary Gold of Powder River Trading, Crooked River Trading. They fertilized me. A little water, a little fertilizer, and now here I am. I've got all these crazy guns, but I really dig promoting guns, gun collection, Winchesters, NRA, Second Amendment, good, clean fun, shooting animals or shooting holes or, occasionally shooting each other. It's just, it's good, clean American fun. So here right. I am. I don't know. I'm a 1900 to 1911 Colt pistol collector, but here I am. I walked too close to the jet engine. I got sucked in. So I'm enjoying it. Everybody really gets a kick out of this, acting silly.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I mean, this is what it's all about. This is the kind of stuff that helps create our community, right? For us to be able to celebrate our rights as Americans.
And freedom.
Exactly. Exactly.
Freedom to own them.
Yeah. Well, Bryan, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
This was amazing.
My pleasure.
I know my subscribers love this kind of stuff. This is the kind of Jenny J content that they love to see. So very cool. We'll have to have you on a live sometime. You can talk about your Colts. Now he's really interested. Yeah. All right, he's going to be the newest member of the J crew before long, I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
So anyway, thank you so much, Bryan, and thank you guys. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. You're still going to be eligible for that drawing for the Dillon RL550C reloading press. So if you aren't a reloader, you might be. Make sure you pass this along to friends and family, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon.
Thank you.